Hello all of you awesome people out there, and welcome back to another super awesome mega wicked cool video done by myself, Disowned Hero. And today I'm going to be taking this here Astero into Null security space to run some Data and Relic sites. Now I did try this on stream about 2 days ago, maybe a bit longer depending on how long it takes me to get this video out, and it didn't go too well. I lost 3 of these exact Asteros just trying to get into a decent nullsec kind of area. But hopefully today off stream I'll be a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more chilled. We'll be able to get in there and run some of these sites. Now there's a very good reason for this. When new players ask me, how should they be making money, what should they kind of aim for, I typically say, grab yourself some sort of Data or Relic ship and jump into a wormhole and go and run Data and Relic sites. But recently, in fact, I'm not even sure if it's recent or how long ago it was, but there's basically been a change to how often the faction Data and Relic sites appear in wormhole space. They're like your Blood Raider ones, your Garista ones, your Sancha sites, those kind of ones. The ones that have no NPCs inside them, they've basically reduced how often they appear in wormholes. So it's no longer the best way, in my opinion anyway, to go and make money. So, obviously since they've reduced them in wormholes, it means you now have to go to nullsec to do this, and I just thought, how much ISK are we going to get, how difficult can it be, all that kind of good stuff. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. Before we go anywhere though, let's have a quick run around the fitting. Oh, it's on the other screen. Quick run around the fitting I've got on this ship, and a new player, yeah, you could go towards this ship. It doesn't take much to get into this ship actually if you have a quick look at the info. All you need is Galente frigate up to level 3 and a Mar frigate up to level 3, so you can get into one of these pretty quick, but bear in mind they cost about 50 or 60 mil just for the hull, and this fit, as you can see, is about 115 million, so not the cheapest way to get into it, but it's definitely a nice little ship if you are serious about exploration and going into wormholes and stuff. So in the highs anyway, we have the Covert Cloaking Device 2, and we have the Sisters Core probe launcher with some Sisters Core probes as well. In the mids I've got a Tech 1 Data and Relic Analyzer. We also have a Warp Scrambler II and a 5MN Microwarpdrive II as well. In the lows we have a Damage Control 2, Drone Damage Amplifier 2, an Energized Adaptive Nanomembrane 2, and a small Ancillary Armor Repairer. We've got some rigs here as well. I'll also have all this linked in the comments down below, so you can simply copy and paste it into your game if you do want to test out this fit. Now this fit is primarily designed just for Data and Relic sites. I mean, all this kind of combat stuff's just well, I wouldn't say an afterthought, but since obviously we've got space to put the modules there, you might as well whack them in, just in case someone does uncloak right next to us and try and take us on. We can at least fight back a little bit. Also, I will say that this fit is a little bit outdated, and I haven't really modified it. I've just gone, yeah, it's got the Data and Relic Analyzer, so that'll be fine. So yeah, we're going to be taking this one out, and then we'll see how we'll get on. So I'll be right back, guys, once I actually get into Null, and something interesting happens. Alright, so here we are now in Null security space, and to be honest, it hasn't been too difficult to get in here. I haven't run into any camps, I haven't seen any bubbles or anything. We've got one guy who keeps following us around called Tory Hugh, although I have already seen which ship he's in an Astero, so he's probably just doing the same thing I am doing here. So I'm just going to keep going a little bit deeper into Null. I've been super careful this time. I've been going from gate to moon and then warping to 100 meters off the next gate if it's not within D-scan range to see what's there, then bouncing back to a moon or something and back through the gate. I've been extremely careful because I really do not want to lose any more Astero. So I'm just going to go a little bit further because we're still running into people. I mean, right now we have 8 people, including myself, in local. So I really don't want to be doing any Data or Relic sites here. But we're not far from where I want to be, and it should be fairly quiet in this area. It's an area I've been to before. Just make a quick save here because I haven't saved anything up. It's an area I've been to before looking for PvP stuff and didn't find anyone. But what are the chances now? Now I'm in an actual, not PvP ship. Probably run into absolutely everybody I didn't want here. So as you can see now, I'm not within D-scan range of this. So I'm simply going to warp to it within 100 and see what's there. If it's empty, I'll bounce off something close and go through. If not, then obviously I'll see if I can find another way around. But do not want to be warping to 0 on these gates. Like I said, I managed to lose an Astero in this, not this system, but in this exact kind of run I'm doing now. I was heading to these exact systems. I managed to lose one on the way, and I do not want that to happen again. So super careful, and slowly but surely we'll find the goodies we are looking for. So yeah, there's absolutely nothing there, which is lovely. So I'll warp to this at 100, something fairly close, and then we can bounce back through that gate. So yeah, bear with me, guys. We are getting there, being super safe, and we will find some tasty loot.
Warp drive active.
These guys are trying. It's 3 bubbles for an Astero they threw up. Yeah, they're going the wrong way now. So you did get closer, they got within about 6,000 meters. Jump a Microwarpdrive trick, well, cloak Microwarpdrive trick, obviously really helps. Still looking. Outside of one, nearly outside of another. We'll go to any planets once we are out.
Warp drive active.
There we go. Nice try, guys, but it's a bit overkill, I think. Bloody Legion, an Astero, a Saber to try and catch an Astero, which is fairly quick. But yeah, nice try. So we're not out of the woods yet. We are still running into gate camps and stuff. But luckily, pure skill and luck is getting us through the day.
Drive active.
Alright, so it's one of the first systems I've come across actually, which has no one inside it. There's only one cosmic signature here. So I'm not holding out my breath for this to be a Data or Relic site. It's probably a combat site someone didn't want to do. But we will scan it down regardless and see exactly what it is. I haven't really come across anything too hairy. I mean, we had that gate camp about 2 jumps back, I think it was. They got fairly close, and I was kind of holding my breath a bit, like, please turn around and go the other way. But luckily they didn't find us, and it's been clear pretty much since then. Oh, it is actually a data site as well. So we own this system. We own it. There's no one else here, should I say? We don't actually own it. It's a nullsec one. So let's scan this one down. And let's see if we can finally get ourselves some tasty goodies. So, not sure if I mentioned, but I've been super careful all the way here. I've been jumping from gate to moon to gate and then through, unless I'm not within D-scan range when I get to the moon, in which case I go to 100 meters of the gate, see if there's anyone there, and then bounce off something closer. I've been super safe, super careful, and it seems to have paid off. I haven't really missed anything doing that, to be honest. I could have, in hindsight, obviously hindsight's a wonderful thing, but now I know I could have just warped from gate to gate to gate to gate, so there was absolutely nothing there. Bar one gate camp, which is already on the other side, when I jumped through, and there's no way of avoiding them. You jump through the gate, and if there's something there, there is something there. Right, so we do actually have a data site here, so let's warp to that at 0.
Active.
Let's go see what we've got. It should be a typical normal data site. It's not like a ghost one. We shouldn't have any enemies or anything. It's just going to be a little bit difficult to hack since we are in Null. And it's been a long time since I've hacked a Null Data or Relic site. So let's just see how difficult these things are. I believe the wormhole ones were a little bit easier, but we will soon find out. I don't need to keep an eye on D-scan. That is on a separate screen, by the way. So anyone who says, oh, you're not D-scanning, it is on a separate screen, don't worry about it. But we own the system, there's no one else in local, so I don't need to worry too much about that right now. So let's just start getting in range of these things and scan them down. Let's have a quick zoom out actually, because this one looks quite pretty. We've got this like weird floaty thing. I mean, this is pretty much in all of them, all the sites, but looks quite cool. Look at that. No idea what it's meant to be, but it looks nice. Alright, so let's lock this bad boy up. We need to be within, we're in a data one, aren't we? So within 5,000 meters. I'm going to simply orbit at 2,000. So I want to keep myself moving. There is no one here, but if someone does come in, obviously I would like to be moving rather than standing still if they do decide to like warp right on top of us. And that should be close enough. I'm also going to move these because they keep hiding. Get like there. There we go. And let's start hacking away. So if anyone doesn't know how to hack, it's basically like a little minesweeper game where every time you click a node, you start here, you click a node, you get a number, and that number refers to how far away something is. And it doesn't tell you how far away the roadblocks are, it just tells you how far away something important is. So we've got a 1 there, so there's something here, and it's a kind of hidden thing. So we'll leave that till last if we need it, because that could be good, could be bad. So now we're 4 away, 5, we're heading the wrong direction. 2 roadblocks already. Let's go this way. 3, 2, 1. Another hidden thing. Spanner, always handy. We'll take that. Keeping an eye on local at the same time. 1, 1, 1. Another spanner. 1, 1. So there's something there. And there's something here. Another spanner. We'll take that. We'll use one of them now. Actually clear up a space. And these things here you want to take out straight away because they buff everything else. The longer you leave them, the harder everything's going to get. So we'll just bypass that one as well. We'll go around. So we've got 3. So we are heading in the right direction, I think. 2, 1. And there is the core there. So that one wasn't actually too difficult. I wouldn't say it was any worse than a wormhole one, although it's one of the main frames, so it's not one of the particular juicy ones. We kind of want to be going for the comm tower and the data bank. They're the 2 main ones. But I'm just going to simply do them in order because that's just how I roll. So let's move ourselves to the next one. We can unlock that one now and simply lock up this next one. And once again, we'll just simply orbit it at 2000. Local is still empty, so kind of cool. We'll turn this off actually after this burst so we don't overshoot this thing. So if you do activate your module, then overshoot it, go outside of range, it classes it as being failed, and you only get 2 attempts at these before they self-destruct. So bear that in mind. You don't want to be rushing them too much. So if you fail them twice, you lose whatever is inside. So we've got 1, 1. Got a nice shield there. It's going to activate that now. 2, 2. There's usually something in these corners. 1, 1. Something there or there. We'll take that. We'll bypass that one for now. 1, 1. Right, was there, that one. We'll leave that for now. We know there's something there. We can always come back to it. 2, 3, 2, 1. Ah, there it is. We'll take that. And another mill inside there. We'll grab it. I know I've got a data bank, so we should be getting some tastier loot in here. I'm not sure if these are any more difficult than the main frames, but we'll soon obviously find out. So we can unlock that one now and simply lock this. And it's nice when you actually have the system to yourself because you can take your time a little bit. Obviously, you don't want to go too slow. You do want to rush them a little bit because for all you know, there could be one guy coming through here who maybe has already scanned this down and he's just going from system to system, scanning everything down, and then he'll come back through, see if he can pick someone off to blow up. Just like we've got now, we've got someone has come in. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to simply move away from this thing because I want to get my cloak up as soon as I can. I'm just going to wait a second to see if he passes. If he stays here, then like I said, he could be someone who is just waiting. So going from system to system, having scanned these sites already down, waiting to see if they can catch someone. So we'll just hold off here for a few minutes. Alright, so I've got him on D-scan. He is in a Hecate. Doesn't seem to be coming towards us, which is nice. Doesn't mean he's not going to. It's one of the things I like about wormhole space. Unless you actually see someone on D-scan, you have no idea if there's anyone in your system. There could be like 50 people in your wormhole, but unless you actually get close enough to them that you're on D-scan, they are completely oblivious to you. So essentially every wormhole is empty until someone sees you, except for in nullsec. Obviously it works a bit different when you go to local. Everyone who's in there is listed. So you jump in the system and straight away, without having to use D-scan, without having to go looking, you can see that there's 5 people in there, 6 people in there, however many people, are in there, which is a bit of a shame. That's why I prefer wormholes, because it's a little bit safer, especially for doing this kind of stuff. Got someone else in here now. There is 3 people. They're back down to 2. We'll just see if that guy moves on as well. Did I actually activate my module on this data bank? I don't think I did I? If you cancel your module as well, that's classed as a fail. And as I say, you only get 2 attempts on things. So let's see if this guy passes as well. Again, just being super safe, super careful, because I really do not want to be losing any ships. So I also didn't clock what time we started. Let's say we started at 23, it's 25 now. Say we started at 23:20. And let's see how far we can get in an hour. There we go. So now we own this system once again. So that didn't actually take too long. So I'm just going to go back to this one and carry on. See, we're completely safe again now. Rather than sitting there risking it, thinking, oh, I wonder if someone's coming to me. Maybe he's in a cloaky ship. Could be in Astero, Stratios. Could be in like a cloaky legion or anything. He could be coming to me. Rather than panicking, just simply cloak up and just hide. Or at least that's how I do it. But again, I am super cautious, super safe. So we just want to get back within range of this. We'll lock the thing up, and again we'll keep an eye on D-scans to make sure no one is sneaking up behind us. Just going to wait a second, actually make sure I don't overshoot this one because my speed is still quite high. There we go, we did. Wait till back in range. And now we can activate this and crack on just as before. So 1. Oh, we'll take that, thank you. Oh, and we'll take that one as well, thank you. 5, 4. Okay, we'll go around that. Oh, no, we won't. We can block this on there. And in the meantime, we'll take this one out. No, we won't, sorry. That one which I put the little stinger thing on actually reduces your strength. So when you're trying to take out those little antivirus systemy things, which it makes it a bit difficult. 3, 2, 1, and spanner, lovely. We'll use that right now. 1, something there, 2, 2, 3, going the wrong way. Okay, so there is something up there. I wonder if we can go around it this way. Again, just keeping an eye on D-scan. No, we can't, and we have to take that out. So as you can see, that got a hell of a buff then. Alright, so we'll have to leave that corner for now. Let's just head down this way. 3, 2. Alright, so there is something there as well, but we'll just carry on for now. So 2, 1, 1. We'll take that. Still nothing in local. We've got 5, so 1, 2, 3. There's absolutely nothing in this corner. There was nothing up here, was there? No. So it's got to be either up here or down here. So let's just whack that thing on there. And we'll just kind of click a few blank empty ones while it does its work. And there it is there, lovely. We'll take that. And 5.2 mil. It's a bit better, isn't it? Let's move on to this mainframe. In fact, we've done mainframes. Let's just see if we can get this comm tower before anyone else comes in. You can usually tell which ones have got the better loot in because there'll be like 5 mainframes, but only 1 comm tower and 1 data bank. So they're the kind of ones you want to be going for. Excuse me, got a bit of a catch in my throat there, but I'm sure we'll live. Yes, let's actually get there. Let's get this module going. We'll get this thing locked up once we're within 44. And again, we want to orbit that at 2000. Still got local to ourselves, which is nice. And this is only our first system. Hopefully we'll find a lot more. We can turn this off after this cycle. So again, we don't overshoot. You need to be careful. Like I said, it's dead easy now to go, oh look, I'm within 5. Activate it, and you'll find that you slingshot out of range, and that's classed as an attempt. Now you can bring cargo scanners with you to scan what's inside these things, but I tend not to do that. I just scan them all down because I get really, really disappointed if I scan it and it's got like 100 mil inside and I then fail it twice. I'll be kicking myself forever. If I don't know what's inside, I'm less like, you know, panicked if I start failing them. And it just means I'm a little bit more chilled out and relaxed. So we've got 3, 3, 3, kind of, what, 1, 2, 3. So there's nothing really up here. 2, might be something down here then. 1, okay, so there's something there, but we can come back to that. 3, 2, 1, and there it is. Isn't that lucky? Might as well use that. Why not? Less than a mil, so that's not really too good. Alright, so last but not least, let's go back to this last mainframe down here. Also, don't quote me actually on which ones are best. Again, I just go off. If there's like 3 of these, I'm like, okay, they must be the lower ones. Okay, there's only 1 of each of these, so they must be the better ones. Someone's probably shouting now, going, no, the mainframes are the best. This is a good one, but you know, obviously it's not because we can see we only get like less than a mil in each of these. But you know, just don't quote me on the names of them because honestly I don't know. I just tend to run as many as I can, and it usually turns out okay. So last but not least, we'll orbit this one at 2000 as well. Oh, we'll turn that off before it gets another cycle off. And once we're in range like that, we can activate it and start off on our merry, merry way. So 2, 1, we missed something over there, it's nothing. And there was something here as well, shield, we'll take that. 3, 2, 3, so we're going the wrong way there. 1, unless there is something there, no. 1, 1, so there's something there. 2, probably this corner. Another 2, probably this corner again. Okay, we'll come back to that. We'll come back that way as well. It's just, oh, okay, let's just pick ones. We've got 80, 20, 80, 20, 50, 40. Let's go this way. I've got to use my shield there, I actually didn't think. 1, 1. Alright, so there's something there, unless it's here. Yeah, something there. Alright, so we'll come back to that. We'll shield this one. 5, 4, 4. Alright, so kind of nothing up here. 3, 3. It's down here, I think. So we can do that to take half of that out, and then we can take the rest. And yeah, there it is there. So that's going to do 10 damage to us. We have 30 left. So should be okay. should be okay. And you don't take damage on the last one if you take it out, which is also good to know. So if you're looking good, I've only got 10 health, and this is going to do 10 health for click it. If it's your last go on it, as in like you do that and it's going to disappear, you will not take the damage. So we've got 9 mil from this one. That took all of 5 minutes, but we did kind of get interrupted in between. So I'm going to keep that loot on me. I'm not too bothered about keeping the loot. Obviously, it would be nice if we could get the loot home, but I'm more interested to see how much we can actually get. So yeah, we'll take that with us, and we'll carry on our merry way. Alright, so I have found this site here. The last like 3 or 4 systems to jump through have kind of been no one there but me. But unfortunately had absolutely nothing to scan down, not even combat sites. So I finally come into a system now which does have a relic site here, and I've sat here for a few minutes, but there's one person in local and I can't see them on D-scan. I've had a quick spy around, I can't seem to find them. I've had a look on the kill board and they only seem to fly Vector Navy issues, or at least that's all they've been losing. So I'm tempted to actually give this one a go, just surely because I'm not coming across them as often as I would now. Wormholes, you come across like 2 or 3 of these per wormhole, but obviously not anymore. So I'm just going to simply orbit this one. I'm going to lock it up, and we are just going to start running it, keeping a very... Come on, uncloak. Keeping a very close eye on our D-scan as we go, and I'll show you exactly just know how you can do this. So all you need to do is basically click 1 or 2 of these nodes and then hit D-scan with V on your shortcuts, or your keyboard shortcuts of V. So we'll go 1, 2, click, nothing, 3, 2, 1, click, nothing, 1. So there's something here, we'll take that, click again, nothing. Just keep a good eye on D-scan. The last thing you want is for someone to come sneaking up behind you, and it can be a little bit hard to keep track of the numbers and what's going on and watch D-scan at the same time, but to be honest, yeah, it kind of becomes second nature once you've done it a few times. And there we go, the call for that one. We have absolute 0 inside. Thanks for that, it's a good start, isn't it? We're going to go to the remain ruins over here as well. Again, keeping a good eye on D-scan. Like I say, this person could be in a cloaky ship, not putting that past them at all. They could well be cloaked up. Maybe they're that good in cloaky ships that they never lose them and Joe never actually take them out. Maybe it's an expensive cloaky ship, you know, who knows. I'm going to overshoot that one, so just stop here, will ya? Unlock that one. Again, keep an eye on D-scan. And we'll start doing the exact same with this. And there we go, there's that one completely cleared out. Now what I forgot to mention is that if someone is hunting for like Data and Relic ships or exploration ships like this one, what they can do, and what I've tried to do in the past and kind of failed, I get bored after a while, is they'll scan down a decent relic site and they'll wait inside that site all cloaked up, and they'll literally watch you do every single container, and they'll guess which one you're going to be doing last, because obviously they want you to get all the goodies and just blow you up at the end and they'll get your stuff. So when you're doing the last one, pay particular close attention to your overview, because it's, I wouldn't say extremely likely, but if someone's waiting for you, they're most likely going to just uncloak when you're doing the last container as opposed to say the first or one of the ones in the middle. Now I thought that one wasn't going too well, but luckily we managed to get about, what, 15 mil from one container, and then I think like 17 mil from another one. So that one actually turned out really well. We're now up to 50 or 47 million. What time did I say we started this? 20. So that's 2 sites in. It took us a while to find them, about 40 minutes-ish. Let's see if we can find one more before we head home. It's definitely not as easy as when it was in wormhole space. The actual hacking itself doesn't seem to be any more difficult. But the fact that you're in Null and having to get in and out of Null, I mean, yes, you could use a wormhole to get in and out if you wanted. But the fact that you're visible on local as well, to me is just a huge downside. Anyone would just warp in and be like, oh, even if this system's like 300 AU wide, they'll be like, someone's in here, let's see if we can find them. As opposed to a wormhole, like I said, unless you're on their D-scan, you are pretty safe. You can consider it empty. Right, so I'm going to figure out where to go next, and we'll see if we can find one more site. Alright guys, so it has been about an hour, and I am pretty much giving up. I have found no other data or relic sites, and to be honest, I've been in quite a few systems by myself. There's just, as you can see, there's no cosmic signature anomaly things anywhere to scan down. I've found 1 or 2 combat sites, and I found 1 or 2 wormholes, but that is it. So either one of 2 things is happening here. Either the null set guys are keeping these pretty cleaned up, so as soon as they spawn, someone's going out there to get them. Or I am in the wrong area of space, which is completely possible because I didn't really look into where these things are now meant to be appearing. So, as you can see on the map here, I'm kind of in the middle of, well, between Fade and Declan. So let me know if this is the wrong place to be. Let me know where it is I should be going, and I might try this again. But off the top of my head right now, this just doesn't seem worth it. I mean, I lost 3 Asteros trying to get to this area of space yesterday, and they were 120 mil each, and that was just trying to get in here. Maybe if you lived in Null, or if you had a better way of getting in, maybe you know, like a wormhole that's so easy to get into Null, it might be worth it. But for me, it's not working out too well. We found 1 data and 1 relic site, and we have 47.5 million ISK. And I have put that into ETH appraisal, and coming back for G to sell prices, that's pretty close. It is about 47.5 million. So I'm just going to get myself out of here, guys, and then we'll have a rundown of exactly what we got, how this ship performed, and whether I think it's still worth doing as like a solo player living in high security space. Oh, there we are, and relax. Okay, we've made it. We managed to get ourselves out. No wormholes or nothing. Went straight through Null. Ran into some smaller gate camps. I mean, on one of them it had like one of the oh god, what is the name of it? I don't want to just guess because I'll probably get it well wrong. It was a Mimitar T2 destroyer interdictor thing. Saber, that was it. Ran at one of them. And relax, we are back and safe in high sec in one of our structures. And I didn't cheat or anything, didn't go through wormholes. I went straight through Null, near enough the same way I came in. Although it was a lot emptier, there was quite a few systems empty, and as a result I managed to find about, was it 3 I think? It might have even been 4 Garista data sites which I managed to do. So now we're up to 81.7 million ISK, woohoo! But the relic sites are definitely worth a lot more than the data ones, and in fact one of the data sites I had to leave halfway through because the system filled up to like 8 people from nothing in about 2 minutes, and then the second one I found was actually already half done. But yeah, still got a good few hundred, a good few million from them anyway. Yeah, so on the way back, again, ran into a few gate camps. Nothing as nail-biting as the first one, where they got to within like 6,000 on the first gate camper show. And on the way back, it was kind of just like one lone saber on a gate, and then I'd get past him and he would warp to the next one and try and catch me again. I was like, oh. So he was just slowing things down, and I found like 3 ruptures on one. I thought, here we go, but they didn't have any bubbles, and got past them, and they chased me for a little bit. But all in all, Joey made it back safe. This is definitely not for anyone who is like brand new to the game. I used to say to people, if you want to do something brand new to the game, go exploring, do it in high sec first, you know what you do, and then start jumping into wormholes and get used to using D-scan, get used to bookmarking, all that kind of stuff. You can make some good ISK, low risk, because obviously these sites don't have NPCs in, so I thought that was the way to go. But since they're no longer in wormhole space that frequently, they are still there, they're just not all over the place like they used to be. I would definitely not recommend to any new player to be going into Null looking for them, because the money, I mean, I only found 1 relic site out of all those systems I jumped through. The money's not too good, there's a lot of risk involved, and a simple new player is going to be jumping from gate to gate, maybe not understanding how bubbles work, and jumping through and not realising that as soon as they hit warp, a bubble's going to appear, all that kind of stuff. Going to find it rather difficult, so that's basically how I feel about it. This Astero, by the way, is absolutely brilliant. If you're going to be using a ship and you want to cloak and all that kind of stuff, an Astero is definitely the way to go. We're in this skin as well. It looks rather nice and shiny. So let's have a look at what we actually managed to get then. Let's put that back in list form. So after an hour of just doing the Data and Relic site, so that was not including the trip there, not including the trip back. I think an hour, wasn't it? Something like 47, maybe 57 million we made. And altogether I've been recording for, I reckon, a little over 3 hours. So yeah, we've probably been going for about 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours. We've managed to make, let's just copy all that and put it into Eve Appraisal. Come on, Internet, get yourself going. There we go. Where is it? Eve Appraisal. So in the 3 hours, like the full round trip, we have managed to make. Wait, that's not right. There we go. It came back at like 40 mil. No, but it's 91.5 mil. So just a little shy of 100 mil in about 2.5, 3 hours. Money's there if you've got the time to put into it and you want to go into Null. Maybe you've got a character that lives in Null. Maybe you know wormholes rather well and you can plan to get in and out easier rather than going straight from high sec like I did straight into Null. I mean, where are we now? I kind of came in. I can't remember now. I was down this way, wasn't it? Don't know, but the way I went was kind of heavily camped because it was like high sec, high sec, high sec, Null. There was no middle ground. It was like Null straight into Null, so that was kind of camped up a little bit, but still possible. Just depends which day you get, because like I said, I tried this on stream. I managed to lose 3 Asteros trying to get there. So that's pretty much it for this video. If I have missed anything, maybe you do run Relic and data sites in low or Null sec. Let me know what your tactics are. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe there's a better way of doing it. Comment down below and let me know. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you right here very soon in another video. Bye-bye. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to hit the like button and hit the subscribe button as well to get some more game guides, how-tos, let's plays, and live streams from myself. I also think you should check out this video just up here, but if that one doesn't interest you, then try this one. Other than that, guys, take it easy, and I'll see you soon.